Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. First of all, I would like to thank the temple management and Her Grace Vajanti Sakhi Mataji for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Before we start, I have a question for all of you. Have you ever seen someone do something really carefully because they really cared? Yes, exactly. That is what devotion is, doing everything with love, care and attention. Today we will see a summary on chapter 31 of Srila Prabhupada Lilamrta. The name of the chapter is A Thread Against Iskcon. In this chapter we will see how Srila Prabhupada taught his disciples respect, devotion and proper service to Krishna. We will also see how he wisely organized the governing body commission GBC and continued spreading Krishna Consciousness all over the world. The outpouring love from Prabhupada's follower is palpable, chanting, crying and leaping despite being in a public place. Their love for their guru transcends social convention, even personal comfort. Brahmananda crying uncontrollably. It was not a kirtan performance, it was a volcanic release of spiritual attention and longing. His simple attire, a wrinkled robe, a sweater, a plastic archway, contracts deeply with the power of his presence. The gestures of his raised hand is a bead bag with a subtle but profound symbol, a constant connection to Krishna. Even in the midst of external chores, despite all the adoration, Prabhupada remains clear, grounded and non-sectarian with his teaching. The spiritual master is to be worshipped as God, but if he thinks that he is God, then he is useless. He also says that I surrender to Krishna. We also should surrender to Krishna. But he doesn't say anything new or adulterated. That emphasis on fidelity to scripture and simplicity in message was the hallmark of his mission. The ultimate car ride captures the essence of social association in Iskcon. Devotees getting to ask simple questions. Prabhupada's calm instruction, encouraging service and spiritual purity. Even a billboard turns into a moment of transcendence. Chintamani, this inspection of temple, deities, dresses and utensils show his keen interest in devotional emotion. If we do devotional service like deities, utensils and cleaning the dresses of Radha and Krishna, our heart will be fully purified and cleaned. Prabhupada wasn't seeking luxury, but saw opulence as a tool for outreach. He explained, "We don't deserve such nice places for ourselves, but such nice place will give us opportunity to invite the gentlemen." This reflects a strategic mind, but also a deep understanding in human philosophy. People respond to beauty and cleanness. A temple should dazzle in the beauty, uplifting your heart. He also made a powerful contrast. No one listens to a poor man. This Indian proverb says how the realism to the world is spiritual. Spiritual teachings must also have a presentation like comfort and care, not the indolence, but for devotional service. Prabhupada intended LA to set the standard for the world, ideal for all other centers in respect of deity worship. Erotic kirtan. He wasn't just centralizing management, he was creating a temple of excellence. Precise Sankirtan chanting, refined deity worship, spiritual aesthetics, and strong management systems. He invited all 26 temple presidents to absorb, learn, and carry their standards back to their centers, highlighting how a unified culture was vital for Iskcon integrity. Even the standards, the story of the London devotees, Govinda recorded his one of the most emotionally charged moments in the entire narrative. Prabhupada became stunned with ecstasy. His body shivered, eyes stemmed from his eyes. This was not a performance, it was pure devotional emotion. In the essence of his disciple, Prabhupada entered a different realm of emotion. He remembered everything. The disciples, in response, simply started chanting japa, silently, relevantly, overwhelmed by his visible emotion. This scene only demonstrates his deep bhakti, but also reflects how it was very hard for Srila Prabhupada. And a music was a medium for Prabhupada experiencing and expressing love for Krishna. Even more troubling for Prabhupada was that Nandarani was not doing 16 rounds daily. Temple managements were undermining his clear instruction by saying, "Japa is not more important than our work. Work is more important than japa." Without chanting and spiritual study, there was no spiritual substance. No matter how hardworking a devotee might appear externally. Srila Prabhupada's intense devotional service. His nightly translational work demonstrates his unwearying dedication to transmitting Vedic knowledges. The quiet of the early hours allowed him the peace and concentration necessary for such sacred work. His personal example of strict sadhana, spiritual practice, dedication to the scripture, and sensitivity to devotion underscores his role not just as a teacher but as a guardian of spiritual purity. The spiritual master's pain. Prabhupada's suffering was emotional and spiritual, not because of personal insult, but because devotion in attitude toward Guru Tattva, the philosophy of the spiritual master threatened to the foundation of Bhakti Yoga, his request to be taken out of the fire. Without any resignation, even out of Iskcon's own epicenter in Los Angeles. Out of profound concern for the sanctity of his mission. Sannyasi's initiation and strategic moves. The initiation of new sannyasis, while dramatic and symbolically empowering, also had a practical aim to spiritually purify and redirect ambitions. Disciples away from managerial entanglements toward renouncing and preaching. This step reveals Prabhupada's masterful ability towards responsibling and organizational threats with spiritual solutions. Danger of minimizing the Guru. Prabhupada saw that his disciples were in a great danger. So, Prabhupada had a great idea of subtle philosophical drift, like favoring other sources over than his teachings, or adopting a relative without any conception of the Guru. The step reveals Prabhupada's one more masterful ability, Prabhupada's vision and strategic shifts. Prabhupada had originally embraced publishing books rather than building temples or initiating many disciples. Yet, in 1970, realizing the need for long-term infrastructure and governance, he declared authority, the Governing Body Commission (GBC), one of the most important, entrusted Bhaktivedanta Book Trust (BBT) to a few disciples for managing books, publishing and temple development, notably in Mayapur, Vrindavan and Jagannath Puri. Selected sannyasis were sent out of India to preach, and Prabhupada will also take them to India, setting the example of renunciation and responsibility. Warning against Maya Veda philosophy. A critical moment arose when some sannyasis in Iskcon began teaching Maya Veda, the impersonalistic dark line that sees Guru as the God. But he is not a God, but a confidential servant of the God, teaching that spiritual relations including disciple to the Guru and soul to Krishna, demonstrating how Maya Veda leads to minimizing devotional service, disrespect for the Guru and spiritual downfalls. Crisis and recovery. During the Janmashtami Vyasa Puja festival at Vrindavan, these false teachings spread confusion and very much despair. Devotees were wrongly led to believe that Prabhupada had withdrawn his mercy and was rejected due to their offense. Clear instructions to pure Maya Veda influences. Confidence in the GBC to resolve disturbances. This restored hope, corrected misunderstanding, and also knowing the importance to sticking to Prabhupada's books for Iskcon and future generations serves as sobering reminder. Surrender to Guru must be coupled with spiritual knowledge. Deviation from Siddhanta, conclusive Vedic trust, can destroy spiritual progress. Unity and vigilance are essential. Personal ambition, misunderstanding can damage the moment. Books are the foundation of Iskcon. They are the antidote to ignorance, confusion, and philosophy that contracts bhakti. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for listening. Please forgive me if I made any mistakes, because I'm not even capable to sit in this Vaishashana and talk about Srila Prabhupada. Let us all try to follow Srila Prabhupada's teachings in our daily lives. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Praci. Very well. How many pages, Praci, it was? 5 pages. Very well. You asked question in the beginning. What was the question? Sincere. Okay, everyone is following sincerely. So have you done sincerely your job? Have you done sincerely your job? Kind of. Hare Krishna.